Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of HardPoint Theory. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Has anybody seen Shotzzy yet this season? I don't know. He might be missing. He hasn't showed up. We got a ton of things to talk about this weekend. A bunch of crazy upsets. I don't even know where to start. Everything we thought was going to happen didn't fucking happen. So, hey, should be a good episode. Let's jump right in. So where do I begin with this series? Wow. The Riyadh Falcons finally get a signature win. I mean, they were trending upwards the past couple weeks, and I think this is the one that really is going to put them over the top as being respected as a top team in the league. So it's good to see. Gentlemates, they're kind of on the backslide right now. Like, they're trending backwards, and let's see over the next couple weeks if they can pick it up. But this was a huge win for the Riyadh Falcons. I can't even explain how big this was for the rest of the season. Like, I think this is a stepping stone for them, something they can build on. I know it's just a league match, but they hadn't played a top team yet, and they beat Gentlemates. And if you think Gentlemates is a top team, I personally do. I know it's early, so you really don't know who's going to be good yet. Like, obviously, we have a good idea of the better teams in the league, but it's still early. Like last year, we thought OpTic was going to be one of the better teams, and they went fucking 0-18. I know in the end, they ended up winning champs, and the Merc situation happened, but like the Major won every year for as long as I've been watching Call of Duty. Major won, and the first couple, before Majors were a thing, the first couple events was always like kind of iffy on who was going to win. It's always, how do I put this into words? It was always who knew the game the most at that given time. Like, who was ahead? Who knew the most? Who knew the maps the best? Who had the best map pool? I know I'm kind of fucking up this wordage here, but that's, if you get what I'm trying to say, that's kind of usually how Major 1 goes. And then Major 2, usually the team that wins kind of dips out a little bit, the other teams catch up, and then throughout the course of the next couple Majors, teams are catching up one by one, and just that's kind of how it's been the past couple of years. We've always had, I know we've had a few back-to-back winners. Usually it's, you got a few teams win throughout the season, and then towards when they take the month break at the end of the season, not the month, but they take like a 2 or 3 week break after Major, I think it's been like Major 4 the past couple of years, like leading into champs. It's whatever team locks in right before that. I mean, now that I think about it, usually whoever wins the last event has usually been heavy favorites going into champs. But that's typically, if you're newer to the CDL, that's typically how the seasons go. And let me get back into the Falcons here. This was a huge win for them. I'm really happy to see. I think their teamwork looked incredible. They're picking up the pace. Pred has been playing unbelievable. I'm really happy to see him bouncing back after the whole OpTic situation last year. So this is definitely a good sign for this team going forward. We'll keep an eye on them. Hopefully they prove us wrong. I know I had them kind of low in the preseason rankings, but hey, they got the talent. We'll see what they can do. With that being said, let's dive into our next matchup. I just wanted to touch on this matchup real quick. Hey, I am super surprised with what I've been seeing out of the Carolina Royal Ravens. They have exceeded my expectations ever since they made the roster move for Slasher and brought in Exceed. He's playing lights out. Shout out to him. I don't even like the guy. I thought he was kind of an asshole. I thought he was kind of like a douche. But hey, he can talk that shit. He's walking the walk right now. Kleenex and Insight, they didn't play too well this series, but hey, they've been playing lights out so far this year. They were due for a down week. It seemed like all the top teams had a down week, so you can't get on them too much. I'm sure they'll bounce back when it comes to next week's qualifiers, and you know how they play on land, so they'll turn it around. And with that being said, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Carolina. I like what I see out of them. Let's keep it up and see maybe if they can get some more upsets this weekend. With that being said, let's get on to this next matchup. So I don't really know what happened in this series. FaZe came out strong, map 1. They had a 60-point win. Played Blackheart. They looked good. I thought it was going to be a quick 3-0. And then, hey, G2 came out, took a 6-5 surge. Came in, they stole the overload. Played well, won 2-1. They grinded it out. And then Kremplossus, that's what they call him. That's his map. He went crazy. I think Mamba played really well. Skies had a good series. He's playing pretty well this year compared to last year. It wasn't a good year for him, and now he's kind of back to where he was in MW2. Obviously not as good as he was that year, but he's been consistent so far this season. He's had a few bad matches, but he's overall, he's reliable. He's not a detriment to his team. So that's all you can ask for. There was questions going into the year, why are they picking up Skies? And hey, it worked out. They're gaining some steam. They got a nice bounce back win. So, you know, you can't be too upset with that. FaZe, they kind of just played like shit this series. Draws back to a 0.7 after, of course, as an OpTic fan, the motherfucker wants to come out and look like prime formal against OpTic and then play G2 and look like shit. I swear to God, OpTic gets everybody's best every weekend. Shit is so annoying. That's just CDL though. You know, it's everyone wants to beat OpTic. They're defending champs. You know what I mean? Like NFL, NBA, the defending champs always get everyone's best shot night in, night out. They say it's always harder to repeat. OpTic, they didn't really, I mean, they repeated from MW3, but they played like shit the whole year. So it's kind of a weird situation. But hey, shout out to G2. They look good. Let's see if they can build off this. I think FaZe will definitely turn things around. Like I said, all the top teams played bad this weekend, besides from LA Thieves. But yeah, let's get into that LA Thieves OpTic matchup. So probably the most predictable outcome we had this weekend, Kenny finally getting his lick back on OpTic. Guy looked like shit for the whole season, couldn't buy a fucking kill, and then of course he plays OpTic, and what do you know, 1.29, or actually, stat correction, 1.28, 12,000 damage. Most damage in the lobby. Jesus, can we catch a break ever? It seems like this shit always happens. And what do you know, Shotzzy 0.8, like, come on, dude. Like, can we wake up? Can we learn how to play the game? It's just, obviously, I don't want to talk too much shit. He's a professional. I'm a Crimson ranked play player. Like, what do I fucking know? It's just, seems like the start of every season, this guy is always behind. And I can't be too mad. We've finished both past two seasons winning champs. So can I really complain? I know that there's a ton of good teams this year. It's been really entertaining, fun to watch, but it's just been, I wouldn't say it's been disappointing because OpTics look good, but they look good before the break, and now after the break they've kind of looked a little shaky. So hopefully they can turn it around. This shit's annoying. Like every single time we take a break, we always come back in a slump. I just hope that soon, you know, scrims go well, we get some practice, we catch up, things turn around. Let me not be too negative. You know, this team has done a lot of good things the past couple seasons. Besides the 0-18, they ended the year strong. So, hey, who says they can't do it again? But it's just, we definitely saw this coming. We knew that LA Thieves was playing like shit, and this was a big matchup for them. I mean, we came out strong. We won map 1, and a nice little comeback. Things were looking good. Merc went fucking crazy. I mean, things weren't really looking good. It was just Merc carried the fuck out of everybody. And the last 3 maps, the search was bad, the overload was bad, and they turned it on too late in the later hardpoint. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, this first major is really anybody's major. It's going to be really entertaining to watch. There's about 4 or 5 teams right now that could win. Like, anybody could win, and we wouldn't be surprised. So we'll keep that in mind. It's been wonderful so far to watch. I really haven't been able to get enough of it. There's definitely been a few series I haven't watched, like some of the shitter teams. I've probably watched about 90% of all the matches this year. But it's still early. This is the best time of the year for COD esports before, you know, teams really get too far ahead. Like, it's really anybody's game. But I just want to thank you guys so much for listening. This has been really fun for me so far this season, being able to get these YouTube videos out and really start something that I've been looking forward to doing. So thank you guys so much for listening. I'm working. I'm trying to get better at editing. I'm trying to get better at being more consistent. Just give me some time and stay patient with me. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening.
I just want to rewind. I haven't seen you in a long time. You got me feeling so